And welcome back to another episode of Roll for Story, the Diamond Soul. There's Chad. All right, and
I thought that was Cam setting up. I was about to be like, yeah, we're all here.
sadly
It's
we
not.
are
It's
down,
just Chad.
we are missing Cameron tonight. Sadly, it's a shame because there'll be quite a bit of combat, I suspect. No spoilers. So we left off with the grand, mighty, great Khan's talent show of the Earth Elemental Plane, where 6 acts performed fantastical, daring, and entertaining acts, putting on quite a show for each of them. We had juggling Zorns, we had sailing across the seas, telling a story of Andi's capture and escape. And we had a core stone forge mystic who drew weapons from molten rocks. We had a illusionist, and we had a masked bard who was a talented person who played many different instruments, it seemed, creating illusions of magical notation, and that was the shrouded siren, they call him. And then finally we had Yuckmug, Kesh'an, and Elias performing quite the crowd pleaser, it seems, as Kesh'an, dressed as a young Dao, would effectively race across the rooftops, defeat this strange Minotaur creature, and bring glory to the Earth Nation. All right.
That's Avatar.
So, indeed, yeah. And finally, the results came in. Great Khan issued his personal voting, and overall, the winner by a little margin. I wouldn't say it's a massive one, but a margin for sure. Andali, you're crowned the winner, and everyone is cheering at the moment. The Great Khan is even standing up and applauding you during this. The other judges are kind of they're actually making their way out at this point, like off the center stage, because they've kind of done their job, and they're sort of lining up, heading out. But you have everyone else on the stage who's kind of come around towards you, and the other contestants themselves are currently congratulating you in this very moment. These Earth Elementals are also kind of leaving the stage. But during all of this...
Guys, wait, you don't want to come to the after party?
There's an after party?
Why not? Why can't there be an after party?
After party!
This is your victory as well, so...
An after party? You hear the shrouded male human saying as he kind of walks up towards you.
Yes.
That sounds interesting. And are you going to be there?
Of course.
It's a party for us, we won, duh!
It's an excuse to have a drink, so...
Where's Andy's turn? Oh, there you are. So at this point, I imagine you're still on board the actual ship, right? Like, where's your token? There it is, hidden under the Zorn. So we'll say you're on the decks of the ship right now, and he's come up to sort of congratulate you. And as he's approaching, he still has this mask on, and he says, "Well, I'd like to get better acquainted with you at this after party, if you don't mind."
By all means, I mean... Everyone's invited. Even you, Great Khan, if you want to come along and boogie.
I'd like to see that.
The Great Khan is a little busy at the moment. He seems to be just conversing with the judges as they're leaving, and he's sort of like giving them perhaps instructions. But
there, he may or may not turn up.
Yeah, and your voices can't quite carry from here. You're like on the ship at this point. But the siren looks to you and says, "Oh wait, let me just change this." There we go. It says, "It's only right that such a rare and beautiful young lady such as yourself has won this competition."
All right, slow down then.
Laying it on a little bit there, aren't you, buddy?
So we've only just met.
Yes, and yet it feels like I've known you for a great long time.
This is
And he's like, as he's coming towards you,
Again.
he's like trying to grab your hand, and then suddenly you see the Zorn come up to the side of the boat and grabs the side and like almost tilts it over and capsizes it. You suddenly see this shrouded siren tipping over and nearly falling to one side. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on?" Like batters up against the planks of the wood, and the Zorn like angrily pulls itself up onto the ship, like crashes itself next to you, pushing the shrouded siren away. "Oh, what's got into you? You mad just because you lost?" And you hear it say in Terran, in a grindy, gravelly voice, just "Back the hell away." What's gotten into you? You're not going to kill me, are you? You're a monster.
He ain't a monster. Did you not see the juggling and the armadillos?
He's a very talented creature.
He's get your hands off of me. I was merely trying to congratulate the finalist. Is that such a problem? And you see the Zorn, its eye kind of narrows slightly, and the teeth, they seem to be twitching at the top. And yeah, you just hear again in kind of a gravelly Terran voice say, "You leave her alone."
Aww.
What do you see?
He said to leave me alone.
I mean, the guy's coming on pretty strong, so yeah, that's fair.
Mr. Shrouded Siren,
Yes.
excuse me just one moment. And she like kind of like asks the Zord to like follow her sort of thing.
Okay.
And then she like hops off the boat and goes to the side with him.
All right.
And then
Okay.
once she is there, she's just like, "Hey buddy, what's wrong? Do you know this person?"
You hear again in Terran saying, like, "I know he doesn't mean well."
I kind of do your best grab. Oh
No. She's like when you've got like those sort of metallic rocks and they clink together and
Yeah.
it's like really high pitched.
Yeah, she's just like, "Look, I could kind of tell he was coming on pretty strong. But you know, you're more than welcome to come to the party and keep an eye. And if anything does go wrong, I'd be very appreciative if you want to help."
That's he seems like a little choked up suddenly, and the voice is kind of muffled as well, coming from the Zorn. And he says, "I just wanted to congratulate you. That's all, as well.
Very kind of you. You were pretty amazing too. I've never seen juggling like that.
Thank you. Your story was very moving, but there were some parts which were a little inconsistent. That's all."
We didn't have a lot of time, but we did the best what we could. So, but,
You see the Shadow Siren like leaning over the edge of the boat, kind of like trying to listen in. And
he gets the bow
from
out and goes on his head. Excuse me,
Well,
private conversation.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
rude.
Taclo just flies up in his face and starts patting his wings at the face, like, back off!
Yeah, the Zorn grabs the boat and like tries to rock it again. The Shrouded Siren's like, fine, I'm done with this." And he starts like striding away, and the Zorn just gives him one last stink eye, just like peering right at him. and you just see the Zorn says in turn again one last time. He says, "Go near my daughter again, and I'll rip you limb from limb."
I guessed it.
She just like turns around to his and she's like, what?
It's inconsistent. I'm like, how would you know that?
At this point, the shouted siren unmasks because he's totally done with this costume, and yeah, he doesn't look one bit like your father, Andi. He's some stranger from in fact, he's probably an Earth Genasi, and you can see his kind of stony, cracked skin.
We all just suddenly lose interest in this guy.
Meanwhile, the Zorn turns around, and you start to hear a strange zip sound, like zzz, and you start to see the Zorn flopping to one side, and the arms kind of go limp, and there's like this shuffling, and then the head opens up where the teeth are, and you see a face pop out, and it's
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
he says, "Shh," he says, "It's a secret, but yes, shouldn't you know a master thief's best tool is the art of misdirection."
Okay, that was good.
It's not easy to juggle in this thing, I can tell you.
I was very ready to give that other guy a good slap and tell him how bad his performance was because I really thought it was you.
How
So what the fuck?
he kind of like tucks in beneath the Zorn costume. Says, "Quick, let's hide on the boat real quick." And he like picks you up, and as he does, he like brings you in for a hug, and then you come to rest on top of the boat, behind the mast, etc.
I need to know whether or not I see this unzipping section.
Probably, yeah. You see something funky going on with the Zorn, like their limbs are like.
I need to know if like the
Around.
Zorn is like, because I don't speak Terran. I don't know what's happening. All I can see is Andi just going, ah!
The last sentence was in common, I'll say, when you can tell it's a very audible human voice. I'm a master of disguises. But, tell me, what are you doing here? How did you make it all the way into the Earth plane?
We have our reasons. Partly to try and find you. Partly
How did you
because
know?
my other friends need to be down here, and why the hell are you down here?
How did you know I was alive? Is a better question.
Yeah, we kind of figured out the whole thing that the beheading was fake.
No, it was very real. And he like rubs his neck. I can still feel the phantom pains. That happened.
Do you know how traumatic that was to watch you being beheaded? And then being told years later that, oh no, he just created a double and he's in a new body now.
1,000 apologies. I am not quite good at coming up with plans. That's usually your mother's thing.
Yeah.
sort of-
Well, Aunt Smolder always said you weren't very good at coming up with the plans either.
I got myself into another mess as soon as I came here. He gestures over, kind of like past his shoulder, and says, "That one's expecting me back any moment now." And he's gesturing towards a rather thin noble Dao who's in the audience near one of the front rows, and he's got this long wispy beard, kind of very thin, long features, and next to him he seems to have a bodyguard, a massive, muscular-looking Minotaur. And yep, it's the same one who was bought from the auction. If Kesh'an was here right now, he'd be like, "No!" But yeah, he says, "I'm still technically a slave under his watchful eye.
How long have you been down here?
Too long. Thinking. Years. Yeah, literal years."
Well, hopefully it won't be many more years. We'll find a way. Have you been dressed as a Zorn all this time?
Well, no, they know I'm actually just a human, but
Okay,
they
that's
thought
good.
the Great Khan would be more appreciative of an Earth Elemental.
Clever. But
But
okay.
it was no match for your performance.
I learned from the best.
You've got quite good. And I see you've kept it in very good condition. May I? And he's like gesturing to the violin, his violin.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it technically is his, so
It is. And he like sighs of relief as he looks over the violin. It's still in peak condition, and it's like I was worried this would get into the wrong hands or something.
I mean, when I did go to the mainland, I ended up in Weep. If you
Weep?
recall Weep, yes, they tried
Well-
to steal it off me.
For the second time? Jeez, well.
Also, it's happened before.
Yes, we took you to Weep when you were very, very little. Part of that story, in fact. There is so much to
Okay.
talk about. We need to catch up. We need to share these stories, get all the inconsistencies ironed out.
Yes, please. I would really like to know the whole truth.
Your mother, she would love to see you. I'm sure. Only she was here.
You might want to tell him the part where you're now free.
Oh yeah. By the way, I am free now. The Sultan isn't after me anymore.
Did you kill him?
Almost.
Well,
It's a little complicated, but yeah, basically I am no longer needed. So
that's great. Kitira will be so pleased. She was hell-bent on killing the guy for revenge, but I always said revenge, well, it wouldn't have brought you back or solved the issue.
I mean, the guy is now he's trying to redeem himself and make the city better.
I'm impressed. I had no idea you were able to influence
I mean,
such.
There was a whole
Powerful.
thing with like an evil djinn, and
Yeah.
he's dead now. He exploded in fiery hell, and we blew up half the palace.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
Eirina! Do you remember Eirina?
Oh, wait! It is you! Come close. And he gestures you over. Eirina, you're looking much more majestic, intelligent. What is it? Is it the robes? Is it the strange skull you're carrying? I'm not sure. You've done something with your hair.
do you think he realizes he's never met me before?
He's seen you in the crowd though. He has met you.
No, he's met my mother.
No, when you went and picked up Smolder.
You see,
Who's
he's
that?
kind of like
I don't
bluffing the
remember
whole
if I met him
time.
or not.
Yeah, you can probably tell he's pretty much bluffing it when he's like trying to pick out details as to why he doesn't recognize you as much.
I'm a friend of Smolder's.
Ah, right. That explains.
We're actually trying to. You might remember she came with me the last time I was in the Dry Oasis. She came with me and my friends to the capital.
Was Raheem there though for that?
Well, he was still there when we collected her.
Do you remember when she left and she never came back?
Right.
She said she had
Yes.
business to do. It was Eirina and her friends. And
Details were trouble.
Smolder's now stuck at the capital.
Oh goodness.
The
Same
thing
as your
that I
mother.
came to the Dry Oasis to try and stop, that happened anyway, and we all kind of got stuck in there.
That is
Only
where your
Eirina-
mother is.
Someone else get out?
No, it was just me.
Only Eirina managed to get out.
Malone went somewhere to try and fix it, but we don't quite know when she is.
When?
When?
Okay, that
Yeah,
sounds like
there's
a long story.
It is. I
Yeah.
got stuck in there for 9 years.
Ugh. Welcome to my world.
Anyway,
Being stuck in this place for years.
we can
We can go over this when we've got more time.
we've
course,
got
yeah.
we are on a time limit here.
Indeed. And in fact, you hear the Great Khan sort of clapping his hands to sort of gain everyone's attention. And during this, in fact, we've got to switch over to you quickly, James, because during the entire contest and during this little talk, you've been on your own side mission.
Mhm.
So, Karius, as you're sitting around on the stage or near the stage, you know you've got access to the under levels,
Yep.
understage.
Yeah, and probably during one of the big distractions, like the explosions or something, Karius slips away underneath the stage.
Okay. Yeah, you wait for like the biggest boom, possibly when the Zorn, which we now know as Raheem, juggles one of those explosive flowers bombs, and then they burst into fireworks. And as soon as that happens, you can slip under the stage, where you see there's a number of mud methods. They're kind of working away, and there's other costume designers down here, and other people just kind of milling around, stagehands that are needed potentially. Some of them are actually your own. So as you slip past them, you kind of try to get closer towards the center.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like you to give me a stealth check, please.
Dice, please don't fail me. You're gonna. Actually, wait. Would Karius be wearing his armor for this? I can't remember. I think he was he allowed to keep his armor whilst he was a slave.
That's good. Yeah, you are. It's your choice whether you're wearing it or not.
Yeah, so it's a 10.
10.
Wouldn't have been much better, regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
So
not the most stealthy.
as you're slipping away, there seems to be what looks to be like a miniature gargoyle, but as it starts to move, you hear the kind of gravelly sound of terror coming from its voice, and it regards you and looks at you and says, "Huh? Where are you going?" This is the creature that you're looking at.
Yeah, Karius sort of considers this for a moment and it's like replies in turn, merely doing an inspection down here, making sure that no one's up to no good. Making sure no one's interfering with the performances from underneath.
That's our job.
True, but I like to put my own special touch on such things, you know, just in case. Never know who might own who down here, you know?
Yeah, who owns you?
Oh, me? He considers this for a moment. We're going with Elias here. He is going to say... What? I'm owned by the Truthful.
The Truthful, huh?
Yeah. And Kara sort of weaving in a bit of the story. Yeah, she owes some of the performers a favor in exchange for something and got me to come down here to just make sure that the performances go well.
I'm gonna see how much he knows about that. Oh, 220. Isn't she the one who, like, rigs those pit fights? Everyone knows about her. Staging, setting up the games.
Yeah, which is why she sent me down here to make sure that no one rigs
What?
this.
Oh, or to set it up yourself.
Ah, you don't trust me.
Oh, it's not that. I just can't let anyone through.
I mean, I get that. And he considers this for a moment. Tell me, have you ever tried one of those hookah things?
Yeah.
I've got some pretty fine powder for one of those if you're willing to let someone through.
Roll me a persuasion check. Oh my god. That's how Karius does it. Screw the stealth. He's just going to bribe the guard instead. See how much he wants that. Damn, he rolls a natural 20. It's still not to resist your charm. And he goes, wait, what's the stuff you got? Let me look.
He shows the blue powder of truth that he has.
Right, yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
He says, I don't usually smoke the stuff. I just like to eat it raw. And he tries to reach for it.
He goes, do we have a deal then? I hand you this, you turn the other way.
Sounds awfully fishy. But he looks you over one more time. And what have you got on you? Have you even got the glaive? You got no weapons or anything?
I would have left the glaive up with probably Doshi, I guess. Just like said, like if the others need this at any point, just send it out to them. So he's probably got like, because I think he's got probably daggers on him somewhere, but they'd be hidden.
Yeah. Okay. He
And
says,
thinking about it, he's probably rather than wearing like his usual attire, he's got his armor underneath, but he's probably wearing the disguise of that orc shaman that we dealt with earlier, because I've still got his outfit.
oh, right.
Probably wearing that because Karius in his bright flamboyant yellows and stuff would be really obvious. Whereas, it's just this blue tiefling in like this general thing.
All right. Yeah, knowing that you're not really branching weapons, you kind of look the part. He just says, yeah. Go on through. Just.
Yep. So hand him the blue powder of truth, and he can do what he wishes with it.
Yeah, he immediately starts like eating the powder, like raw.
Yeah. And
his blue
as soon as I'm past him and out of his view, I'm going to pull out the dust of disappearance and sprinkle that over myself and just go invisible.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, fair enough. The inner section of the understage is completely circular, and it's a lot more cramped down here as well.
I'm invisible for
you can
7
tell
minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay, you got 7 minutes to set this up, hopefully in time.
Yeah.
You can tell the underside, the circular platform, is a totally different rock. You got the sandstone of the other stages, and this rock seems to be more like a hardened, igneous rock. That'd be like granite or something. But in any case, there's a clear difference from the two colors and tones, and you can start to mark out where the outline of the circle is down here. As you come into the actual underside of the stage, there isn't anyone immediately in here, so you can probably get to work straight away if you want.
Yes, I will begin my job of putting out the, I think it's like iron silver dust, right, for this spell?
Yeah, that's right. And he told you to place it on the underside of the ceiling, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you're casting this, I have to ask, which way are you casting it? There's 2 ways to cast it. One which creates a barrier that stops things getting in, or a cage that stops whatever's inside getting out.
See,
which way are you casting it?
Because I obviously would have had time sort of studying the thing, and obviously based on what he's been reading, I feel like would have intended for it to be casted to keep things in. So that's the way Karius is going to do it, because Karius can't see a reason why you would want to use this to keep someone out unless he himself is going to just suddenly approach the Great Khan as this spell activates and have a one-on-one. But that seems a bit of an odd one. So he'll use it to keep things in, I guess?
Okay. Alright.
Might be the wrong way around, but... Because Karius asked about it at the time, and it wasn't very clear.
No, it wasn't.
But actually, from where I am to where Taklo is that 100 feet or more? I'm just trying to work it out.
Oh, probably, yeah. 100 feet here.
Okay, so
Let's see where
I'm
Taklo
just
is.
gonna
Oh,
have
Taklo.
yeah. So I'm just
Just about. Taklo can move
yeah.
close enough to the stage.
Yeah, so Taklo probably will quickly, like, using the psychic message of Haran and basically generate the image of a circle with arrows facing in or arrows facing out, and then a question mark as if asking which way. And then a picture of Karius. Just, you know.
Like TV Karius. Like,
yeah, just like...
Okay, so the response you get back is I guess Haran can actually just tell Taklo, can't he?
Yeah. Or, I mean, if he wants to be more, like, casual with gestures, I guess he could just, like, point 2 fingers in or 2 fingers out. You know?
He says, Haran says, both, or one of the others, or one of the two. Whichever one you choose, let me know.
Karius.
But both, preferably.
Does Karius have enough? Does he have enough spell scroll to do it for both?
I don't think he did supply enough.
No, he only gave me one spell scroll, and Karius isn't powerful enough to cast it without the scroll.
But he says, either way, let me know.
Karius sort of considers this, and will... You know what? I'm going to roll a d2, and 1 is in, 2 is out. Because in it is, so it's going to be keeping things in.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Perfect.
And Karius will begin casting this, preparing the spell, essentially.
Yep. I think it takes a good 10 minutes overall.
Yeah.
During which, about 5 minutes into this, you're about halfway done around the side.
Yeah.
And you do actually hear one of the doors opens up, and a couple of mud methods enter in. They seem to be... what are they doing? They're effectively just probably bringing in snacks and beverages for the for the judges, and as they push them up and into the ceiling, they push up where the judges are, and they can literally just take a drink off the coaster rather than having waitresses go across the stage. They go under here and then push their drinks up. And thankfully, due to your dust of disappearance, they don't even pay attention to you, and they have no reason to even consider there's something up. So yeah, they kind of ignore you, but for the most part.
Karius sort of holds his breath, waiting for them to leave, but readies himself probably to cast a spell should he need to.
Okay, it's a good job you do stand still and hold your breath, because they happen to have tremor sense. One of them stops, looks to their right, looks around, and then just keeps moving on. Yeah, and then they slide away through the door.
Otherwise, I was going to have to thunderbolt them. Just take them out of existence. Because I very much doubt mud methods taking that with.
No, thankfully that dust of disappearance does the job for you instead, and they have no suspicion. And you continue.
I still have an item on me that I have no idea what does. But
what is it?
It's the magic dice, which I'm pretty sure I got from the vault. All I've got is magic dice. I have no idea what they do.
No, nor have you got time to figure it out, because as it happens, you've probably got to the last minute of the spell, and you've just completed it as you hear the raucous cheering, and you have being declared the winner, and so you're caught up now. Last question: do you try and leave the way you came in, or are you staying down here? That's the question.
Well,
because your disappearance runs up, right?
Yeah, only lasts like about 5 minutes.
Okay, so you've become visible in the last couple of
Yeah.
minutes.
Karius considers this.
Yeah.
He's. I've got to roll something to cast the spell though at the end, don't I?
No, because it's on your spell list,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, it's on my spell list. I'm just not a high enough level to normally cast it, but it would be on my spell
Oh, are
list.
you not?
Yeah, because it's a cleric
Okay.
spell, and I've
And you're
only
level one.
got 2 levels in cleric.
It's a level 3 spell, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Actually, wait, I'm casting Magic Circle, aren't I?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that might be
It's a
higher than level 3. I think it
It's
might be. Is it?
Yeah, it's third.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was 5th.
No, I know, right? It's really low. It's a powerful spell, but you just have to set it up.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say you have to because you're a high enough spell caster
Yeah.
anyway. I'm just gonna say that your combined spell caster level compensates for that. Yeah. So that's no issue for you.
Yeah. So, Karius
It-
probably.
If it was anyone else, then yeah, they would have to. But...
Yeah. So on the stage wise, underneath, I'm like here-ish or something, or like here-ish.
Yeah. Let me put your token down.
Yeah.
You're right there. And the door for your quadrant is over here.
Okay, Karius is just considering things.
So it's about 95 foot to your door, or
Yeah.
if you have a way to get to the other stage, it's about 105 foot.
And Karius considers this from where I am.
Mhm.
The boat's likely to be taken off stage soon, right? Like it'll be wheeled off stage or...
Potentially.
Okay, let me just work something out with Tacklo a moment, because I need to do this.
You can see through Tacklo's eyes.
Yep, which
as
is
well.
a 1. Okay, so
You see Elias flitting about.
yeah, so okay, for some reason cannot get rid of the measurement. It just wants to keep the measurement tool up.
Okay.
Sure,
to just click off.
No, it doesn't for some reason. I'm gonna have to
There we
refresh
go.
quickly.
Okay. Alright.
It for some reason, no matter what I was doing, even if I like clicked escape or right click or left click, it's just like, nope, you want to measure, you must measure. So from where I am to where I saw like the guard, but for like the section nearest Elias, how far of a distance is that? Like 10 feet ish, if you know what I mean.
So you mean like underneath?
Yeah. So if
here.
yeah, so if Karius gets to there, he would be able to do that without being seen.
And it's each quarter. It's like the underside is split into 4 quarters.
Yeah, just a second. Is Magic Circle concentration?
No. Wait, is it?
That's what I'm just checking, because it will depend on which of my many. Nope, it just lasts an hour.
Yeah.
In which case, Karius is going to get to here, look through Tacklo's eyes, and as expensive as this is, it's the only one that I can do that's quiet. Got to cast Fast Step.
Oh, okay.
And Karius is then going to appear under the decks on the boat.
Alright.
This is within 60 feet, and he's just sort of like, you Karius just sort of popped into existence, probably right near Andi, and just like, sorry to interrupt. I needed a safe, hidden place to get out. Don't mind me.
Who's this smuggling? Are you smuggling tieflings?
No, that's more the sort of job that I do. I totally haven't done smuggling in the past. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't prove anything.
Also, congratulations, Andy, on the win. You deserved it. It seemed like the best performance from what I could see.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Also,
That's my good.
your juggling was amazing. I really need to find out afterwards how you were controlling 3 arms with only 2 arms. I'm sure there's some sort of spell involved, but still.
yeah, that's right. My little secret.
There. Anyway, Andy, you can
Might have
cast.
even been one of the armadillos.
Yeah, Andy, you can cast invisibility, right?
Yes,
Actually, wait.
and greater invisibility.
Actually, wait. From where I am, I can just have Taklo position near sort of thing. Look through Taklo. Say, actually, no need. And then he just gonna teleport and appear over here again, as if he never left, because he can just teleport 60 feet, just like.
Putting back down in the audience.
Yep.
I'm just kind of like, through that entire conversation, not once was it mentioned that that was Andy's dad.
Yep. Gareth is just like, cool performance, bye.
He's just like, okay. I'll introduce you to him
Yeah,
later.
Karius is probably like, actually, I should probably get back to my seat. So, nice meeting you. I heard something about an after party, so I look forward to it. But bye for now.
Well, I think there would be.
And Andy, and possibly the others, possibly get ready for something to go down. And then he'll just appear over here, probably next to his glaive, actually, just in case.
She turns to her dad and she's just like, "This happens all the time. If you want to take part in the chaos, please do."
Right. Yes, in fact, I'm very adept at...
And kind of like strums to his own fiddle, if you will, and then suddenly, boom, stuff will happen.
I like that.
Yeah.
I live by my own code as well. That is, just don't be a dick.
It's a
Good code.
yeah. And Karius just probably lands
You're right.
slightly hidden behind like the others, so that he doesn't
Sure.
cause too much of a clamor as he appears.
Doshi mentions it and says, "That was very discreet."
It was. I thought it was best.
Her answers, "No, about this after party. Oh yes. We're just about to begin. I have one more proposition for you and your friends, Karius.
Okay.
And as manager, I wanted to pose this question to you.
Yep.
I have here a keystone that'll allow you to get through the first layer of the maze.
Okay.
It is yours if you help me with one last final act."
Kara sort of considers this, and sort of looks to Taklo for a moment and has Taklo project the image of the Great Khan's like face in, and then just like the eyes go like classic like cartoon crosses and then a question mark.
Right.
You see him crack his knuckles, and in doing so, you also see that he is wearing a set of rings. Both of them are black skulls with gold trim around them. And you recognize these rings from the vault. And he says, "Precisely."
Just give me one moment, and Taklo's going to quickly fly over to each of the group and just project the image of a key to like the next layer, and then the words in exchange, "Dead Khan." Question mark. And I've gone to Andi first. See how they react.
Andy,
Too many people talking at once, but
you're the first one saying this.
Yep, so you
just
basically...
kind of like
Mm.
blinking at it, and thinking, okay, so this is going down again. She's like, can we not kill things for once?
Taklo just sort of looks over towards Haran and goes, and then just goes, it's one way to get a key.
There must be another way.
True. I mean, we don't have to go through with it. We can just leave him to it, but he'll give us the key.
I think we need to be talking about this in a group.
Well, I'll go get the others' opinions, and then we can meet on the boat.
Sounds like a good idea.
He'll fly over to Eirina, pose the same question, and then point to the boat.
Okay.
My thing is like, what's this guy's stance on slavery? That's what this is pinning on for me.
This guy is the great Khan. If he has all
No.
the
I
power.
mean like Haran's stance on what's going to happen with the slaves after.
That is, I've left this very, very ambiguous to Kimberly. Everything up till now.
He's pretty good
Is
to
what-
his slaves, to be fair.
That
He's better than others.
I rep the chaos!
okay.
Okay, but then Taklo just points to the boat, and then he'll fly
Yeah, I'm
over
gonna-
to Elias and Kesh'an, I guess, who'd be there, and pose the same question.
I just send a message to Karius. I ain't doing this. The whole image, thumbs up, thumbs down, shiz.
Well, then
Like,
just tell me what you want. Just so, are you in this? Are you not? We get a keystone if we help Haran take out the Khan.
It's a big gamble, but
We need those diamonds, and if the keystone is the fastest way to get to them,
yeah, we're gonna
Yes,
run
it's the
out of
next
time
layer.
otherwise.
Lavellan's running out of time.
Elias's response is just, would you walk into a city and kill the king without any proof of wrongdoing?
Karius sort
Have
of
you seen
considers
the
this and just
slaves?
sort of gestures to everything around.
The thousands of slaves in the stands. Yeah.
Everybody's a slave here. We willingly give ourselves up to be a slave. This is kind of the law of the land. You don't change it by killing a monarchy.
I get that.
Karius
Do you
sort
think
of
Haran is doing it for that?
Karius
I mean,
sort of
I-
suggests as a response. Honestly, I don't think this is anything about toppling a monarchy or replacing him or whatever. I think this is revenge. I reckon the Khan's somehow responsible for his wife.
Yes, but is the Khan himself a bad person? Or is this just plain old dirty revenge?
I am also once again going to bring your attention to the many, many slaves and the way that they're treated.
I get that, but it's not just him who's doing that.
No, that is true.
System of things causing slavery.
How much does he actually know about it?
And you
So
take down one person, someone else could just replace them and carry on.
I mean, he was against theft. He was against... he was very into, like, martial skill and proving the might of the Dao over others.
power, wealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's up to you guys. What
So,
happens?
Karius just... And then Karius sort of looks to Raheem, who Andi seemingly seems to be getting on with, and is just like, and in the chaos, we might be able to get him and Yukmug out of here as well.
Dad, you've been down here a long time.
Wait,
What is
I missed that bit apparently. Okay, no, deal with that later.
what is your opinion on this? Do you think he is a Have you seen this person do anything really wrong, or
Oh, sorry, you're asking Raheem.
Mm.
The Great Khan is the ultimate power in this place. If he wanted to change things, he would be more than powerful enough to do it. Right? If he
But
wanted
he
to stop
hasn't.
slavery.
Mm.
And you say he's against theft? Oh, absolutely. Because he sees every last gemstone in the elemental plane of Earth as his.
Okay.
He marks everything.
Wait,
Every single crystal is marked. That's how I got caught.
wait.
I tried to steal. Yep, I was looking for diamonds.
He's not
Tried
just
to
in charge
steal
of
one.
this layer.
He owns it all. The Great Vault is his. And as soon as I stole a single one of those diamonds, it alerted him. They're all covered in magical runes. Invisible to the
okay.
naked eye, but like I said, I wasn't the greatest at planning, but as soon as I placed a hand on one, I got snatched up.
In which case, we would have to deal with him one way or the other, and this way we've got a Dow on
Yeah.
our side.
Okay.
He's that obsessive. Imagine how long that takes? Casting a magical rune on every single gemstone. Oh my goodness.
I imagine once he's out of the way, there'll be some sort of like for someone to take power.
We would
But-
need to try and prevent that,
But that,
or put in place someone who we know can look after this place.
well,
You have
that
a suggestion,
Go ahead.
or
Shakef.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's scholarly
Mm.
and very interested in the ways of the frozen flame, which means he might be a good one to put in charge.
Mm.
But again, we may not get a choice.
Yeah.
A power vacuum will cause chaos with how the council is and how you get people like the truthful having their own agendas and stuff behind the scenes. I imagine
But
it will
in
take
that
at
chaos-
least. I imagine it will take time for them to establish someone new, and we can use that chaos to move through ourselves.
Exactly, we could use that chaos and confusion to get through.
Mm.
Just putting this out there, if we do kill him, what if he is our only way of getting through the other 5 sections? 6 sections?
I mean, if Ladorvu managed it somehow, I'm sure we can.
Maybe he gained favour with the Great Khan to get through?
Kesh'an, does it say anything in your scrolls?
Oh, what? No, it was supposed. Kesh'an says each level is supposed to be a challenge of to overcome. It's part of the pilgrimage is descending through those maze-like levels.
Exactly. It's not going to be done through. I mean, maybe the last layer through favor, if because obviously it's meant to test every part of you. So your force of personality must come into effect somehow. But
And from what I've figured so far, making deals with the genies is bad. Almost always ends up worse in your favor than it does theirs.
We just
Like they get the better end of the deal.
can't we just like subdue him or something? Do we have to go straight to kill?
well,
Um,
the Karius says we're not dealing the killing blow. I think we're just getting him to the point. Based on what Taklo found and what he's wearing, I have a feeling he's got a spell or something that's got to finish this. We just have to get him to that point.
Would that really make us any better than just doing it ourselves?
If we
think it does.
if we subdue him, what do you propose we do with him? Keep him prisoner the entire way, the most powerful person down here?
Must be some way of.
And as Andy's dad apparently said,
Hello.
if we go down there and we try to take it through subterfuge, he'll know, and then we'll have to fight him anyway.
What have you done here? Can you not just make it permanent?
The circle, not with any magical knowledge that I have. There might be ways, but nothing I know. I only had even access to that because I was given the scroll to do so. We don't have to help. I think Haran's going to go through with it regardless, but this way we get the keystone, otherwise we don't.
Yeah.
You see
I
him
mean-
standing up as you say that, and it seems as though the Great Khan is about to address you guys.
I messaged Haran.
Okay.
What's the reasoning behind what's about to happen?
As he suddenly stops and he looks around at where's the psychic message coming from, and I guess he does recognize your voice though, at least, and will say, "I have my own reasons. My own reasons are."
What's the help we need to know? And make it quick before whatever's about to go down happens.
I don't expect you to help, but the offer is there if you want to
Click.
make it easier on yourselves.
Is it about your
My
wife?
As you say that, he kind of stops in the message, and you see him like his normal polite and amicable demeanor suddenly shift, and yeah, you see his from here. You can see his stern look. You can feel like a trembling in the earth coming from him, and you see his knuckles going white. The skulls kind of lighting up on either ring. And when I say lighting up, they're probably more exuding a black mist.
What if we could bring her back?
She is with the earth now.
Dead, I assume, but what if we could bring her back?
You don't quite understand, do you?
It'll
Elemental beings cannot be brought back.
Can they not?
They
The
return to the
resurrection
earth.
won't do that. That is a
And-
shame.
And to be honest, for that, I think you'd need, out of character, I think you'd need true
diamond.
resurrection for that.
No, I thought maybe because I'm going for a resurrection next. I'm thinking maybe that would work, but a dead creature, no more than a
Either
century.
way, justice must be served.
I message everyone. It's about his wife. As he's
Never
stepping up
been a
and
big
starting to
fan.
walk forward.
At this point, the great. Is there one thing else you wanted to say, Andy? Because I cut you off earlier.
I can't remember what it was,
No.
so don't worry about it.
No worries. In that case, you see the Great Khan saying, "Now, to congratulate our winner properly, you have a prize to claim." And he says, "Who is your master?" And
Points to that one.
he turns and says, "Haran the Gracious. It's good to see that you have reared such talented slaves. Come forward. You have earned my favor." And you see Doshi, Haran, they both approach. And seems as though they get about this close before Haran addresses him and takes a deep, deep bow and says, "I would say they are more than just slaves now. I promised them freedom for accomplishing this feat." And the Great Khan sort of laughs. "But you have so much more potential. You're just letting them go now? At the height of victory? And Haran says, they deserve their freedom. The same way you deserve imprisonment. And as he says that, you see his hands slam down onto the granite. And you see the granite sort of shift and twist. And the whole ring around upturns so that he's basically inverted the underside of the stage. And during that, you see the runes lighting up at the same time. Becoming visible, circling around him, creating this cage of abjuration. And the Great Khan just suddenly looks around like, "Oh, what? What is the meaning of this treachery?" And he says, "Guards, deal with them!" And Haran immediately draws forth a a set of knuckle dusters that are basically just huge stone fists. The Great Khan himself pulls out a huge maul that just basically pulls from the earth itself. And I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative. It seems this is about to go down. Okay, there's a lot of NPCs to add here.
I'm in two minds about this.
So
I heard the guy say he was giving us our freedom. I heard the Great Khan saying, no, why would you do that? Yeah, I'm on her own side. I'm sorry.
And here I was, about to grant you a wish. And you see the Haran say, "Then I wish for your death." Okay. So there are a lot of Dao on the exterior of this. And they immediately launch into action. There is a lot. However, you do have a few friends. The crowd begins screaming and running for their lives. They all immediately evacuate the area. Shakif doesn't seem to be even... it doesn't seem to be at all moved by this. He's still sort of sitting down, not reacting much, almost kind of like predicting this to have occurred. The Stoneforge Mystic is on the stage right now, still talking to Eirina. They're suddenly taken aback as to what's going on. Let's see.
You can run or you can fight.
Okay, and he's on the turn order. Someone want to take control of Kesh'an for me during this?
I can, but I don't have... I have, like, partial permissions on his sheet, so I don't know how much... I can't... I can view his sheet and everything on it, I just can't roll anything.
Okay, let me just fix that. Where is he?
Also, wouldn't his key be fully restored at this point? Because we had a long...
He should be, but maybe not.
I'll
Done it properly.
do that in a moment.
Okay, yeah, you're the owner now.
Okay. I own
Okay.
Kesh'an.
Something like that. Alright. To make sure the Great Khan's on there, all the Dao, there's a lot of Dao. Raheem is suddenly split into action. He's first, apparently. And he says, "I don't have weapons for this, so this is going to be very tricky. You happen to have a spare dagger or something, Andi?"
Yeah, you can have one of my daggers.
Don't
Okay,
you have a sword?
Yeah, I mean,
You can have my rapier. So long if he runs by.
Give him a
Well-
dagger and then he can grab the rapier from Elias.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
works for both.
Can't have the rapier, but
You know what I mean. He can borrow.
Now,
He takes the dagger then. He says, Jamal. Been a long time. And he quickly just checks it over.
you
And
remember the names I gave my weapons?
I've not had many friends down here. I just remember
Aw.
the small things. In any case, he dashes forward and he sees this massive glowing circle of runes. He's like, "Ooh, this won't hurt, will it?" And steps through, like, "Oh, we're good." And he's just gonna dash, I think, for his turn. I think he's got he's got plenty of
And your
movement. He
dad
gets
is
right
right
up.
in the fray. He's literally just gone charging in.
Yeah, this is how he does it.
I
He doesn't
mean,
care.
he could.
Oh my god.
He's a bard, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Is he not? Oh no, he's not. No,
He's a rogue.
he's a rogue.
Oh, so then he
He
could
does
have.
have a little bit of bard in him, yeah.
Well, I was just
He's
thinking then,
mostly rogue.
couldn't he?
He's kind of like the opposite of Andi.
Or did he
Yeah,
have the
exactly.
action and bonus action dash to get there? Because
Yeah,
rogues have cunning action, don't they?
that's true, yeah. We could do that. Oh, yeah, in fact, he does actually have that. Alright, cool. We're going to bring out the... hold on.
So I was thinking if he. Otherwise, he could have bonus actioned and buffed Haran with Bardic Inspiration. If he has Bard levels as well. Another option.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that as... actually, no, we're going to bonus action dash. And we'll grab a hold of... what was it, a rapier you're holding? Elias?
Yeah.
You'll happily take it off your hands. Okay. Alright, so as he gets right up into melee, yep, he brandishes the rapier and dagger, goes for an attack. Yeah, straight away he's straight hitting this guy. 23, 6 points of piercing, and we can add sneak attack. And he's got a lot of sneakies.
Swashbuckler, I'm guessing. Or Assassin Rogue? I think both would have sneak attack at this point.
All of them got sneak attack. I'm looking for it. There it is. Okay. Ta-da. Nice. Ouch. Already, you see he lands a devastating blow from what it looks like. He knows exactly where to strike on this guy. And seeing him suddenly bewildered by the light of the runes, it's a perfect opportunity to slice him across one of his arms, across his chest. And that's gonna do it for now. Oh no, there we go. Cool. And he says, "That's for being a greedy Khan. Couldn't share just a single diamond." Actually, I needed a few for that spell. It's quite expensive. Still, that's it. Raheem's done. It is the Dow's guard over here, who immediately lurches into action and begins hovering up and into the air on a cloud of dust and mud, brandishing this kind of huge warglaive. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to take a while to get there, but you can dash, I guess. So that's it. That's their turn. What do we go to? There's plenty of Dow to go around, though. But is shooting himself. This Dow gets right up behind him. And these Earth Elemental, they're technically under Haran's command, so I should actually add these onto initiative. That would make sense.
Yeah, our initiative a bunch of us. Oh, God.
Which is good, because just as this Dow's hovering forward, you see the Elementals lurch up and try to grab a hold of the Dow, and they turn around trying to defend themselves. They're just going to stick there for now. Alright. Okay, what is that? It is... I don't know why the 10 order is down there. I'm going to skip ahead to the proper place. Okay, that's better. Okay. It's one of the Earth Elementals go. They're going to hold off the Dow guard from surrounding you and pummeling you from behind. And they're just going to quickly do some slam attacks on this guy. I hope I'm targeting the right guy. Haran's go. And you see he looks at the runes hovering there for a moment, and knows if he goes in this, he can't get back out. But he looks at Doshi, gives him one nod, and then approaches. And as he gets right up next to him, got these two knuckle dusters and rears back, almost like he's been watching the pit fights all along, and just goes straight in to pummel the Khan as hard as he can. And oh! You see the anger and ferocity in his strikes, as he has clearly got this anger pent up over years, waiting and plotting his revenge for this exact moment. And the first strike, he hovers up and just clocked him straight across the face. It sounds like a landslide as the rock impacts his face. That's it. Wait, he's got another one. For the fist. Whew. Yeah. And a second one, this time to the other face. Just basically collapsing his fist like a like a hammer around him. That's gonna do it for him. With each strike, you see the ring sort of letting loose more of this mist. Okay. It's the Khan's go.
That's he's capable of.
Such insolence! This time, I'm gonna check the magic circle. So I believe creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls. Lol. So he tries to pull up the hammer, and it almost looks like he's barely able to lift it. And Haran's just like, huh, gotten weak in your old age, sitting idle on the throne. Too many slaves to do the dirty work for you. And at this point, tries to bring around the mall in a very heavy state. Yeah, like I say, he's gotta have disadvantage for these. Natural 1. I don't write these rolls. And that's a miss as well with disadvantage. The circle pulses with admiration. With every pulse, you see him like straining to lift this thing, and he can't even get off the ground, it seems. And Haran doesn't let up, using this every opportunity to just keep pummeling into his face. All right. It is the Stoneforge Mystic. They do not want any part of this. Though they do see an opportunity at the same time. I'll tell you what. Oh no. The core are fierce believers in freedom. They fought terrible battles on their own home plane. The best they can do is, I'll tell you what, they will do a little buff and then yeet themselves out of here. So
Yeah, come on, we're friends now.
that's why they're gonna give you a quick buff. They're gonna go, the best I can do is this. Don't die. And
Stay safe. We'll see you at the after party if we survive.
Yeah. Karius, as a thank you, sort of will just gesture the bronze weapon hilt towards them in case they want that, because I have no idea what Karius is going to do with it.
she looks at it and says, "This is a tragic blade. I'll do my best to restore it." And as she takes it from your grasp, you suddenly feel a burst of energy flow through your body, as if it feels like your veins are filled with fire.
Well, that's
She's gonna cast.
Karius is
What do
just
you
like,
want,
well,
haste?
that's a new element for me.
Yeah, I was thinking I could give you haste, and I could even do the sorcerer. So I might as well go ahead and twin spell it.
Haste.
And I'll give Eirina and Karius haste.
Give the haste to Kesh'an, dang it!
Yeah, I could, but he doesn't know much about them, right? Let's have a look at
What
haste.
does haste do? I've never been hasted before in my
It
life.
allows you to basically doubles your movement speed, increases your AC by 2, and allows you to do 2 actions in a turn. But the second action has to be attack, dash.
Disengage, hide, or use an object. Plus, you also get advantage on deck saves. Advantage on deck save might help you a lot. A bit. So let me just quickly mix up. Target. Paste.
So is she a stone soul sorcerer? Is that a thing that you've brought back again?
Sort of, yeah. That's what Zankiri is as well, and
Yeah.
especially here. I definitely wanted to bring it back.
I like.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
like the stone soul sorcerer as a concept.
So she's twinned it, and to make sure that she's not going to drop it, she does actually run the heck out of there, and she's trying to climb over the barrier, get away. That's her turn. It is another Earth Elemental. It kind of completely surrounds this Dao, the one that's basically rocking the boat right next to you, Andi, and they're the ones responsible for the waves, so they just pull away from the materials and start slamming on this Dao. And then it will be another Dao guard. The ones from the south begin to collapse.
So I'm clear, the elementals are on our side, right?
That's right. They are the ones under
Gotcha.
Haran's command. He summoned them earlier, and they're the guys who did the wave effects for you. All right, this one, another Dao.
Would there not be some on this side then for us? For the walls and the movement of everything. Technically, because I didn't.
They were they were more like Earth Genasi and like other stagehands, and they're
Come on
probably
then.
fleeing for their life right now. They're not here to battle. They're not really fighters or adventurers like you. They just have innate Earth magic, right? Anyway, the other Dao is right up against you, Andi. Though the Earth Elementals can't take them all on, and this one's brandishing a maul, sweeping it from side to side. That poses a threat to you. Careful of that one. Yeah, one of these Earth Elementals can try to peel it off of you, though. Oh, it's going to provoke an attack of opportunity. And yeah, the boat is definitely rocking right now. Whew. Yeah, the Earth Elementals are fierce protectors and gets a crit on one of these down. Very nice. And then the last Earth Elemental is also going to flank. And don't think that hits even with a flank. That one would also miss even with flanking. Rough. Okay. Elias. It is your go.
So
You have
this
the stage.
This one here just
Yep.
hears the sounds of "You're alone. No one wants you here. They'll let you die." As he casts Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Wisdom
it-
save?
Yeah, it's all his thoughts from when he was stuck within the in between.
I am succeeding, unless
I
you have
don't.
like.
No, I don't
No?
think.
Okay.
My spell DC is 18.
Okay, I gotcha.
which is
Alright then.
unfortunate. I did try and stop it from being next-handed, but oh well.
So these guards are not about ready to run and abandon their great Khan. They shake off the effect after a small like headache. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Alright. I realize is Yutmug
Yeah,
not
the
on
rest. He's just
Yutmug takes a quick rest. He wakes up. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" All right,
Oh,
that makes sense. He's a natural one, so he really has just woke up. All right, Dal guard over here also rushes forward. Karius, your turn.
Okay, I'm with with haste on my hands. I have 100-foot movement speed, so I'm just gonna get in range of the Great Khan and say, let's see if this works. And I'm going to heighten this spell. If I can remember how much does heightening do? Cast
3.
is 3. Okay, so 3 sorcery points for that. And so he will have disadvantage on this as I attempt stay still and take what's coming. As I attempt to hold monster him.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
I don't know if he's immune to it, but this is a good way to test.
All right. It's a DC 17
Wisdom saving throw at
wisdom
disadvantage.
save. Disadvantage.
Because I heightened it, which gives disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, I'm just checking something.
He
Um,
made the save. I don't have.
Yeah, hold on. It rolled with advantage. I didn't have a control over that. I just rolled it. I'm just checking something else.
It would have been a 1.
I've had
So it's a
natural-
flat. It should be a flat roll,
And the
as you
first
feel
roll
that there
was
is
a
some
one.
sort of powerful presence about him. All these glittering gems and jewels seem to light up. Some sort of enchantment reactively spurs to life, and it makes it just a flat roll. So I'm just going to take the first number, which is still a 1. So regardless of whether it was one of the other rolls, yeah, that one. 1 happy face. Yeah, it is the happy face that's destroyed. In fact, Elias, did you point that out? One of the heads turns to you as you're casting this spell. The happy face just suddenly shatters into rock and flint. You're showered with a bit of pebbles, and as you look back up to the card, he is missing one of his faces. There's just shattered rock where it is, or where it once was. And that's going to use one of its legendary faces.
Okay, so that's not a bad use of that. So Karius is up close. He thinking, oh,
It goes to
I could. Yeah, let's do that first. So I'm going to quicken my next spell because I'm going to be using my bonus action. So let's considering actually let's position myself here because it'll be in range, and I'm going to thunderclap him.
Okay.
As my bonus action. So it's a con save. I mean, he's probably going to make it, but Thunder did well, so if he fails.
Alrighty. Why it's not giving me the option to roll things. I've set a timer though, so it's just automatically doing it after a while. I'm gonna change it. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
So
fail. Oh wait.
No, because I didn't heighten that one as well.
Okay, right, gotcha. So that is a pass.
And then my other action for the turn, because haste, Wavebender's Little Mano. I will use the power of water against the earth.
Does that do half if he saves?
No, it's a cantrip.
Oh, okay,
so,
sorry. Alright.
yeah, and I just bring out this, surfing on one glaive, hit him with another glaive.
Just seeing you just unleash attack after attack. What is this? Get away from me!
And Karius is just like,
Um,
Karius' response is, it's time for your rule to be washed away.
Heresy. Okay, this is a hit though. So he's so abhorred by the notion the water would attack him. He doesn't even expect it to be coming. And yeah, you managed to slice across one of his ribs. Ah, okay. All right, let's do a legendary action. I think we are definitely going to do. So now, he sees the runes around him. He's not an idiot. He can't teleport out of this. Which is what he probably would do, but now he's in front of an audience, and running away would look very cowardly. Especially after his talk about expressing power and wealth. So instead, we're just going to give you a good heavy maul to the face, I think. But which one of you?
D3?
D3 seems appropriate, but
Yeah,
I think I'm going to make it either.
the heretic, the assassin, or the one who came to kill him. Don't know.
I think he wants to leave her on last. I'm going to just straight up swing this at Karius. Okay. Again, disadvantage, sadly. Ooh! But 29 to hit this time. You see this maul is encrusted with gems and gold all over it. It looks gaudy and over the top. But as it swings around, it rings your bells pretty hard.
Can I use my inspiration to attempt to re-roll that? My DM inspiration.
Yes, you can. What's that for, the save?
It's for the effect of his...
being knocked
maul.
prone.
No, it says...
And saving and stunned. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you can.
I don't think I can actually make necessarily the save, but I can... Nope. Okay, yeah.
Ooh,
I'm not
okay.
prone and stunned.
This absolutely rings your bell as you see him just crack across the head and lay down on the floor.
Okay. But...
seems like he's getting his strength back.
As part of the damage, because the effect of it would occur first, I should be able to do my reaction, right?
Yeah. Is it reaction to taking damage?
Where is it? Is it Heart of the Storm? Oh.
Sounds about right.
No, that's not it. It's not that one. Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 feet of you hits you with an attack.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, so I need a dex save from him, or he takes 2d8 thunder damage.
A dex save, okay. 20. Dirty 20.
Yep, he makes the save, unfortunately.
Takes half? No half?
Yes, so he takes half of 5. So it's like he hits Karius so hard that the echo of the blow damages him somehow.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of quaking going on right now. And we're going to go down to Doshi's go. Faithful little headman who's been by his master's side all this time. He's going to turn around, and he seems to be weaving together a spell. And I'm going to see if I can target one of these guards coming up. How far away is he? 120 feet. Damn. This is only... oh, it's 120 feet. It's almost like he predicted this. He's like, as planned. He's going to target one of these down and alter their minds. Okay. And when that's rolling, we'll see if the fear manifests inside this creature's mind. And whilst that's going on, we'll skip down to Andy's go.
Okay, I want to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And then I am going to kind of like almost duck underneath these guys' legs and head up this way a bit, up the stairs. And then I don't know how I target things.
It's control or shift?
Alt
And
click.
click. Alt click. Oh, it's close. Hang on.
It's done. Isn't
Oh
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Then I am going to cast. Oh, you cannot see them.
There it is. And then to place the template down. Okay.
There we go.
A picture of the Grey Khan, yeah. Somewhere in here. I did eventually go with the art that you found, James. But imagine this, but rather much more rotund, even more jewelry, and a giant great maul encrusted with gems and gold.
Just one.
Instead of many sets of arms, yeah, he kind of has one set of arms, but many faces.
But his
He's
arms
probably
are
much
big.
So just
Yeah.
one big maul then that he carries in his many hands.
It sort of emerged out of the ground, just burst from it. Anyways, sorry. What? Cloud of daggers. Where's that going?
So on top of
This one right here. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
because of course the other elementals have surrounded the other one, so I want to take that one out.
Yep. All right
The
then.
other end.
So at the start of its turn, also no, it's creature that takes slashing damage when it enters the spell for the first time. Or starts its turn. Okay, yeah. So it starts its turn. They will take 9 damage. If I done something, no, we're good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Begins slicing away. Doesn't
And
seem
the costume
effective as well. Yeah. No, the full Zorn costume gets torn to shreds. Yeah. Okay.
Just thinking, hopefully Dad didn't need that.
Well, it depends. How hardy is it? Is it like proper? Like if it's a Zorn, then it's going to be like rocky on the exterior. So
It-
it's sort
it
of like
was, yeah. Made a mistake. Alright, another legendary action, I suppose? Yeah, let's do that. Stun Karius is no more of a threat. I'm gonna turn to the Quran instead. Could cast a spell. That is also an option. Yeah, let's get absolutely chaotic. So he is going to cast a spell using 2 legendary actions, and after he's knocked Karius to the ground, he brings up the Grey Maul, lifts it up, and slams it down as hard as he can into the ground. You see all the rugs sort of just burst away. The tremor is so severe that you start to see fissure growing in the ground and crack. It's almost deafening, the sound of this. It is gonna cause a lot of. Hold on 1 second. Gonna cause a lot of crap if I do that. 187. Okay. Done something terrible with the tokens, I think. Yeah, they're all linked. Fuck. Right. Let me just do the earthquake first, and then I'll come back to fiddling with tokens. All right. For those who have never witnessed an earthquake, you're about to see just how huge this thing is. It's 100-foot radius, so let's put it center over the party there. Oh god! Con saved incoming.
Can you feel an earthquake when not touching the floor?
Elias, you're on the floor.
Am I? I flew over from my section to Andy's section.
Flew? Oh, and you on your horse.
Yeah. My horse.
So then you're not on the floor. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, you can ignore whatever you roll for your console.
Alright. I won't know.
This is randomly a con save because of concentration, but you don't actually have to worry about this roll, I don't think. Because no one's really concentrating on any spells yet. I think Doshi is. The only real roll I need to care about is Doshi's. Which is somewhere buried in here. can't see it.
I love that the glaive makes a constitution
It just goes-
saving throw.
Yeah.
And right, like it's like
wow.
carpet from
Problem and
Aladdin.
I can't get up.
Where's my horse? Why doesn't it make a constitution save?
I'm just
Because
gonna
it's
roll.
not worthy.
My
Oh,
horse is more.
no.
Don't you say that about Sebastian.
Oh no, Doxy was doing a good job with that. Well, but I'm afraid he loses concentration on the Phantasmal Killer. That's. We'll still let that damage go through, and he's still frightened for the turn. It just means at the end of turn, I don't think he needs to worry about it. Okay. Alright, so after that massive burst, it doesn't stop there. That fissure I was mentioning that opens up. Yeah, we're going to open it up right across the party. Elias doesn't matter. But Kesh'an and Eirina, at the very least, are going to have trouble. In fact, going to make it even worse. No, it looks like you two are in the best spot. Well, I could put it on over the Earth Elemental. No, I want to send it right over Kesh'an and Eirina. And
Which
this fish
damage
cracks.
save, right?
Yes.
Which Eirina has
So-
advantage on.
It's a dex save, did you say?
That's correct.
Ugh.
Kesh'an?
Oh, okay, that's not bad for me.
Oh,
Kesh'an failed?
Yeah.
Damn, with
Roll
plus 10 as well. In a twist of fate, it's Eirina that's able to, with that burst of speed, your veins on fire, thanks to the core stone mystic, you are able to catch yourself on the very lip of the crevice that's now open. You look down, and I'm going to tell you how deep it is. It is. That's not how you do times 10. 10 times. It's 100 feet deep. I rolled 110, and it's times 10. So you look down, and that's a 100-foot drop. That would have done like 10d6 worth of damage if you'd fallen in there. You catch yourself on the lip, and you're like, oh Jesus! Kesh'an, however, does immediately just
But
fall straight
Kesh'an
through.
will slow fall.
Okay. Slow fall. I think will prevent a number of damage. Right?
Damage, it's any falling damage take by amounting to 5 times your monk level, so all of it.
Any risk? All of it? Yeah.
Because here
Nice.
we'd be doing 65, I think, is what he would reduce it by.
Okay, perfect. In that case, then Kesh'an falls down this hole, but he manages to spray. I don't know how he does it. I think he helicopters with his
Yeah.
staff. But that staff only gets jammed right at the bottom of this 100-foot crevice. He's like, damn it! He's gonna have to take a while getting back up.
You can
So-
usually slow fall in a direction, and he has climb as part of his thing. How far would you think he would actually fall before he just catches
It
the
is
floor?
It is 100. Like,
Because he failed
your
the
fault.
dex save.
Yeah, he failed the deck save. Okay. With that done, it is Eirina's go. You're holding onto the edge just barely.
Okay, I'm gonna pull myself up if I'm holding
Okay.
onto the edge.
You make it up to the edge and you look around. The ground is turned, is twisted. It looks like every bit of jagged sandstone is now facing up, like a field of caltrops. That means it's all difficult terrain. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of look down. Kesh'an, can you get back up?
He just gives a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Do I know if I can fire through this barrier?
there doesn't look like there's a physical thing there. It's just the runes on the floor.
Yeah, but like, I see runes. I know how these
yeah.
things work, kind of.
Yeah, you can. You know that a magic circle can fire through it.
Sweet. Okay, here we go, people. Wish me luck.
Break an egg!
Fire one!
You're on a stage, you don't say good luck.
Oh my.
That's
Because
why I
that's
rolled a
what
nat.
happens.
Why have I got like 3 people?
Targeted thing? Yeah, I think you're. Oh, that's from Andi, and that's
Yeah,
'cause
that's
he
from
was
Andi,
hiding.
sorry.
I'll,
So,
that's
number
alright. I'll
2,
remove this one. Oh my lord!
number 3. You going to roll? Oh no, that's the wrong button. Ignore that. That shouldn't have been Candlewick, that should have been Eldritch Blast.
Same thing.
Well, I think it's the same to hit in any case.
That one hits though.
Finally, the last one hit? Yes. Okay, cool.
And then I get a second lot? Is that right?
You can do your second action, you can use it to dash, hide, engage, or an item, into, like an object.
Or
Item
an
like might be like
attack,
downing a
but not a
potion.
spell, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, how far away from me is he? Like,
He,
squares are tiny.
he's like 70 feet, but on foot for you guys, that's 140 now.
Okay. Well, I at least want to get away from the fissure, so I'm gonna move myself. Let's go this way.
Okay, that's, yeah, your full movement, because that's 60 foot. Clamber over the rocks and go around this massive boulder to get to where you're going. Okay, Kesh'an.
Yeah.
Okay, would Kesh'an, because Kesh'an's slow-falled, would he be prone as part of this?
I think he can just land on his feet, actually.
Okay, in which case, due to feline agility, he is literally just gonna, with a burst of speed, run up the wall because he can move 100 feet in a turn.
Fair enough, yeah.
And then...
He's got a flying speed to do it. At this point, on though, it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, just considering difficult terrain, so yeah, that should work. Let me just work out where I need to get to. So I need to get to like there to be. No, I need to be there to be in reach. Actually, he's sort of not on a square, so if Kesh'an was to use his sickle thing, where would he need to be? Because that has like the extra reach. So I'm just trying to work out.
Yeah.
Would this square be fine? That square would be fine.
There you go.
Okay. In which case, key point to step of the wind. So he now moves another 100 as he.
Yeah, he could get to there. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. And then,
Bloody hell.
can't quite.
Monks.
It's time for, I guess, Shany Dave.
Shany Dave, yeah. That just misses though.
And Shany Dave again. Nope. He's obviously a bit shaken from the climb. He's obviously used his bonus
ongoing
action.
tremors.
He's used that. Yep, that is Kesh'an done.
Okay. Ink Mug. It's actually technically in this as well. I should have rolled his deck save too. Just noticed he's on the crevice.
He's fine.
That's how it's done. Alright, yeah. Ink Mug just backflips out of there. He's on the other side of this crevice though. Seeing this shit go down. Like, ah, damn it. Wait. I'm not gonna leave him behind. He's gonna lean back, take a running jump, and he'll also have to step of the wind to get anything done on this turn. I think he actually just uses all of his movement to get even close. And that's gonna end his go, really. Okay. More Dow approaching from the east, the west. Another Dow approaching from the south. And it's back to the top of the round. Wow, okay. Alright. So before I forget, there's gonna be a sort of a pseudo layer action where that massive crevice that's just opened up, you start to see these little earth mephits spawning out of them, pulling their way out of the walls. which was going to be another obstacle for you guys to overcome. But you're already out of the pits. They're just looking around like, huh? But either way, they've just spawned out of there and they start flapping their wings up. But yes, anyway, Raheem. He says, so how low do we have to get this guy for you? Just a couple more steps? Stabby steps, and then we go, right?
Karius in his stunned state is like, shh. Trying to give like a thumbs up.
Yeah. Speaking of, another doubt from the crowd has rose up. And where's my Minotaur? I almost forget all these
He's
other
over
NPCs.
here. There's a Minotaur.
Yeah. Okay.
But I
just
don't. But I think that's their
That's the fake
Minotaur
Minotaur.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the real one.
Metatar.
Indeed. On their first turn, all they've pretty much done is got up from the crowd and then looking around, realizing what's going on. They've joined this turn as well. Raheem is going to go and attempt to stab again. This time with the rapier first. Misses. And then with an offhand with the dagger, which hits. And he's going to deliver a nasty sneak attack too. Nasty.
Which means the concentration will be a lot harder to maintain.
True. True.
Because the damage is what, 38, so it's a
Yeah,
17,
but this guy's
19 he needs to beat.
This guy's con save though.
True, but there's a chance.
Ugh, pathetic street rat. He just bats him away. Yeah. What? What is the meaning of this? I'm gonna have to burn another legendary save. I'm not gonna lose my. I'm not losing my. My earthquake. I'm gonna pop it back on. Hey. And as he leaps up, Raheem basically jumps up from Haran's body and then stabs right into the face of the Great Khan, and you see another head shatter into pieces, signifying he has just burnt a secondary legendary save. Okay.
Does this mean he's gonna have no faces left when he's burning them all?
I know, right? In fact, actually, I'm just realizing that he went two, possibly because it was a sneak attack afterwards. Like it was the first damage, then the sneak attack. It wasn't all in one, which is what it should be. So I'm going to discount that instead. I'm going to refund that face. In the meantime, one of these
Face
down
begins
is
to crumble a little bit, and then reality sets back in place.
Yeah. Okay, another 60 feet from this down. They're closing in. You guys better start moving. Okay, this one is dealing with a whole host of earth elementals. So, God, I just realized it's going to take forever for them to even clean through them.
I
And
mean,
I could always summon walls, but that's going to be so pointless against earth elementals. They counter each other.
considering like they're just going to be constantly distracting each other unless they decide to break away, would it be worth just skipping their turn? Because they're not going to
Yeah,
really
pretty much.
affect things.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking to speed things up a little, because otherwise this combat is going to take for a year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, these guys are basically duking it out. So, your Earth Elementals are doing a good job. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so they slam back, and yeah, like I said, that would take forever to go through all that. They're just hammering back and forth, whack, smash, tremors, you name it. It's all going off. The Great Khan's turn. Oh wait, sorry, Haran's first. Do that. Skip too far ahead. That whole person effect, is that still...
No, because I failed.
I should get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of it. There we go. Alright. So Haran winds back up. Goes for another. Goes for an... There we go. Goes for another fist attack straight towards the Grey Khan. Will that do it? Yeah, it will. That will reveal the Grey Khan's AC. He is on 19, and it just barely connects straight across one of the faces, smashing it to pieces. And all the while, you hear him say, "This for murdering my wife. You know what you did." And he slowly stops the hand. Says, "I didn't murder her. She was just collateral. Wrong time, wrong place, that sort of thing." And he says, "You're responsible!" And this just shouting goes back and forth. Okay. Another Dow starts creeping ever closer. This one's going to veer towards you, Eirina. 60 feet done. This one is starting in the cloud of daggers. Is kind of pushing them away, trying to get out of them. In doing so, kind of provokes attacks from the earth elementals, like give them a clock across the face. She swerves around, kind of going back to back with her other Dow guard, and just trying to maul these earth elementals away.
Did you miss the Great Khan's turn?
Yeah, I did. I've gone way too far ahead. Okay. I'm going to remove some of these from a turn order. That's going to help. Just to clean up the turn order. Here we go. There we go. Get rid of this one as well. So, at this point, Andy, you can see you don't even need to bother with these two. It seems they're firmly locked in battle with the Earth Elementals.
And Butt, apparently.
And Butt, yeah, who's probably passed out from fear.
Yeah, old man Butt needs to be left alone, please. He's
Come on.
suffered enough.
Butt's redemption. Butt's redemption. He puts his fists up and starts.
He just tickles the Dow's feet.
He's rolling away.
Aiden.
Just a quick thing with the Great Khan. Is he like the other Dow where they seem to be like floating on like a thing of sand, or does he actually stand on the ground?
He does in fact have a lower half of swirling sand.
That's purely to help me with Kesh'an's turn when I get to it.
Alright then. Okay, it is the Great Khan's go now. We're concentrating on Earthquake, but we do something else with Earthquake. Because it's his own specialized Earthquake. And he does this. He's either going to create a fissure or a tremor. You could do another fissure, but seeing how well you got out of those last time, I think we're going to go with a tremor instead. This is no ordinary tremor. You see, what he's going to do is collapse shit from the ceiling. Where is the spell? Oh god, no. Structures. Fissure. Okay, yeah, that's the one. Alright. So, this time round, he is creating such an incredible, powerful earthquake that it tremors the entire stadium itself. And up above, where you saw that huge kind of pillar of light and the crystal on it, basically shatters that from the ceiling and has it come hurtling down towards everyone. Well, it's gonna head towards this section right here. So I'm gonna need Iran. Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna be enough. Or is it?
Okay, I'm just checking his one. Wow, yeah, Haran doesn't see this coming in time. The DC for this is 17. Yeah, so Kesh'an makes it. So, just in time. He sees the bright light kind of filtering up above, and he does duck out of the way, taking no damage from this.
Yep.
It gets
Evasion.
evasion. But meanwhile, Haran is completely covered in rubble. The shattering of this thing piles around him. He takes 12d6 bludgeoning damage.
He's an earth doubt. He should just be able to flow through that, I would guess.
Yeah. True.
But we shall see.
Either way, it is incredibly powerful hit for him. Poor guy's almost knocked down unconscious. Let's do HP. Okay. There we go. That is just manipulating the earthquake. That isn't even his action yet. That's just at the beginning of his turn. Alright, so in that case, we can do stuff else. Is this concentration? I bet it is. Yeah, it is. Damn. Okay.
I'd say if earthquake is in concentration, that's broken.
Oh yeah, no, that is for sure. I was looking at another spell to see if that was concentration, if I could do 2 in 1. But instead, we're gonna have to just turn around and start hammering. Okay. Or we could hurl something at someone. No, let's use them all. It's busted. He sees an opportunity to perhaps swing this at Kesh'an as he's dodging away. We're gonna swing it right at him. Still at disadvantage though.
Even if it wasn't for the magic, it would be a
True.
disadvantage.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. So he lines this swing up. Ah. You know, you were my crowd. You were my favorite. It's a shame to have to put you in the ground.
He literally can't make that save.
No.
He
I'll
fails,
cut
but he's
that.
only knocked prone.
I'll cut that.
What, the damage?
No,
the
the attack.
Oh, attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I didn't do the thing.
You're just in range as well.
That's why I'm
Position-
here. Oh,
position
come
for-
on. Actually, roll the. It's a D10.
Yeah, just roll a d10.
Which is
There you
enough,
go,
so it
that's-
misses.
Enough. Well, turn a
Yeah.
devastating blow into a very loud swooshing noise next to his ear. Kesh'an ducks and flexibly leans back into the fight. The Grey Khan just. Ah! What?
This distraction is, hey, that's mine.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Infuriated by this, thinking he had lopped his head off with that thing, he's going to go ahead, swing it back again at his head. Might as well always do another. 18.
It's
Okay.
again.
Talent cut again.
Uh,
Okay, this time even harder hitting. Oof, 32 bludgeoning.
Does he have anything? I'm just looking because not played Kesh'an, so no, it's rogues that get the other thing. So yeah, he'll and he's stunned.
Okay, Kesh'an is also knocked to the ground. The pulse
But
from that
that's fine.
hammer seemingly knocking him completely out of this.
That's fine.
Haran looks to his left and goes, "Ah, you two, get out of here. You've done enough." You're going to be stunned for this round, but I think we just
But
check. Does it say until the
Karius,
end
when
of
it
his turn?
says the end of its on the end of his next turn,
So Karius is
so Karius would be unstunned. I assume it works like the monk, so basically you could re-stun the same person who stunned them, but he's ignored Karius, so he'd be unstunned because it's come to the end of his turn.
hold on though. You haven't had a turn where you are stunned, because I did this as a legendary action.
True, but it does say until the end of its next turn, which is kind of the confusing bit. I don't know how that works.
It should be stunned for a round at the very least.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I would have suffered the effects of some of the stun because he's just laying there. It's just it hadn't taken his turn, but
No, true.
it's up to you.
Okay. I'll come back to that in a second. Elias, it's your go.
So going off what I just said, how big would you say his maul is?
It's
Like,
pretty damn big.
Is
He's huge, right?
if
So
he
he
is,
stands
is
about
he a
20
huge
feet tall.
creature or just a large?
He is huge.
So
Means his
maul
weapon is
pretty
huge as well.
Well, it's not going to be as big as he is. That wouldn't make
It
sense.
is. It is. It's
All right.
massive.
Let me look this up.
It's over the top. If you look at the DAO's artwork, they're just over the top mauls.
I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking you're going to do.
That's the sort of size we're dealing with in comparison. That's a large creature.
Why is it not
So if you
showing?
compare that to a huge creature maul, even bigger still.
So I am going to animate his maul.
It does say
Can
that
you do
aren't being worn or carried.
Does it?
Part of animated
Yeah.
objects, yeah.
Ah.
There's plenty of boulders lying around there.
Nah,
any
I
one
thought
of
it was
these.
going to be a smart thing, but there's like a whole paragraph. There's a whole essay for animate objects. It's hard to take it all in. All right then. I'm just going to cast confusion on him.
Okay. Fusion, eh?
Is it screwed up what I
Uh,
wanted to do?
Go ahead, target him.
Yeah. I gotta place a template.
There you go.
Did it do the thing?
Yeah, it did.
Didn't make him make a
I'll-
save for some reason.
Okay, I'll just roll one. Yeah, sure. Does have advantage against wisdom. Yeah. Wow. Those.
Fail.
Yeah, we're gonna bust another head. One of these heads looks very confused, so confused itself that it just shatters into pieces of rock.
I'm gonna fly over these methods to
Face melter.
where to? To here, I guess.
Okay. Alright. Our guard coming in close. 60 foot. They're like one turn away, guys.
That's fine.
Okay. This turn is okay. Yeah, this down springs into action. As well as the Minotaur at some point. Okay, Karius, you're you're not stunned, but Haran is
Telling us to
Haran is actually saying, "Get out of here. Take this with you.
Okay.
You're not good to be on the floor."
Yeah, Karius will
Oh wait, he's under rubble.
yeah, that's but he could probably sort of reach out through the rubble even if he can't climb himself out, I guess. So
Yeah, hold on.
Karius will just move over to him and then be like, well, Great Khan, it was nice meeting you, but I'm going to leave this one to Haran, and Karius is going to cast Scatter to get Haran out of the rubble and move the party 120 foot over here-ish, including Raheem.
Oh, wait, where am I going?
And is any creature within 30 feet would Elias be within? No, Elias is just out of range, so Oh, and Yuck Mug as well, I guess, because he's there and I
Yep.
sort of missed him.
Okay.
Just,
I just got over here.
Sorry, but we'll leave the... and then I've still got some movement left. Not much, because... But can I get into... Wait, I have 2 actions. As I took the keystone off of him, could I use one of my second actions to give him something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. He obviously looks pretty damaged from this, so I am going to give him... I'm going to feed him a potion of healing to heal him up by 2d4 plus 2.
Okay,
That's
alright.
my use of that extra action.
Sure. Appreciate the last drink. We call that a toast to our victory here on the stage.
Indeed.
You're the best manager I ever employed.
Yeah, and you were a pretty great owner, I suppose, but make sure that you show grace as you bring him down and don't fall. And then Garrus will obviously bamf out of there with the rest and just be like, right, I've got what we came for. I suggest we get the hell out of here and leave things to the chaos that, or should I say the chiaster that we've caused.
Yeah.
The what?
Oh wait, that's the name of the group with the chiasters.
It's a bit of a stupid name.
Well, it's because Kesh'an always goes, Kia! And we cause disaster for our enemies.
Hey, look,
wherever we
you're
go.
new. Don't start making fun.
We're saying all this mid-battle.
Yeah.
It's Andy's
What about
go right now.
arenas? Andy?
Yeah. Mhm.
Can I go?
Mhm.
We bouncing out of here completely, or are we still
I
trying to defend ourselves?
I think that's the plan, unless anyone really wants to do anything specific. If you can all get within 30 feet of Karius before... Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3...
Yeah, I mean, I could,
5, 6, 7.
bonus action dash and give you 60 foot.
I can't... Actually, can I do that for more people? I can only bamf out 5 of us, but there's 7 of us, so if you can... But Eirina can dimension...
I can take someone.
Yeah, so if we can sort of gather up and we can all get out of here.
Because if I were to use my bonus action dash,
It is difficult terrain though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
so technically it would only be 30 feet.
It is, yeah.
So
Let's
I
have a
can
way
get to about
fly.
there.
But you could then use
You
your
could use
action.
your action to move as well.
But that would be another 15, wouldn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah, so I can get to about there.
But that's close enough. You just need to be within 30 feet of me and I can do it. And then Eirina,
Okay.
with your haste and potentially something, you could
Well,
get someone out.
I can get to Elias.
Yeah.
I have one thing I'd like to do before I leave.
Here's-
I can get myself out if need be.
so
Or you could hold your action.
speaking of Elias being out there, I'm going to have a legendary action, and I'm just going to turn around. He seems to be very upset at the fact you melted one of his faces off. He goes, "No,
I think anyone would be.
that was my good side." And you see him, that boulder that was next to you, the one you were trying to, oh, maybe you thought about animating. He turns to it and lifts it up and then hurls it towards you in your direction. You can actually hurl them at 3 targets. Up to 3 boulders virtually hurled. Okay, cool. I can target 3 people with this. I'm gonna go with Elias as 1, Eirina as the 2nd, Emil, as Karius, you seem to be orchestrating this little coup. I'm going to also target you.
I think you. Yeah, for a while you targeted everyone in existence.
Don't worry about that. Okay, yeah, as you see these boulders, the same ones that the Stoneforge Mystic was using, they all suddenly lift up into the air, spin around, and hull straight towards you. And see if I can hit you with this.
Strength.
Okay.
My strength, can I not dex out of the way of this?
Oh, Karius is getting like hit like a frog by the strength saving part. It's like, ow!
What am I trying to do with this boulder? Hold it back? Why would I try and hold it back? That makes no sense at all.
It's that oh, look at the boulders! Look, you see them. That's great.
That
Yeah,
makes
it was actually little
no
animation
sense.
boulders.
But doesn't he have to roll to hit us? It's not just a strength save.
I'm also wondering why this is not kind of rolled properly. So I'll do this. This one's for Karius.
Probably going to hit me anyway. I mean, it might not. Yeah.
Me 3. Actually, gotta lie. It's 12.
Disadvantage. Haha.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Okay,
to think that Karius just sort of weaves it around himself with like the wind, just like nah.
This one's for Eirina. 26. Yeah, that's gonna hit. So, Eirina, you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage
Mm-hmm.
as you're hit by that boulder upside the head. And then this one is finally for Elias.
You hit Elias so hard that he's just gone.
Yeah, that was definitely gonna hit you, Elias. Elias, you take 31 bludgeoning damage.
No, I don't, because I'm cutting it.
You're gonna cut it, okay?
I'm gonna cut
Good
it.
luck. Yeah, you can. You're just gonna cut
He only
quite a
needs.
lot.
No, because with
Yeah, you
the
only need two.
disadvantage it's a 20.
Oh my god.
He's the tank bard.
Yeah, forget this. Alright, cool.
Now you know
Well,
my pain.
You definitely hear a loud clang as that rock impacts you. Thankfully, it was made of sandstone and your armor is made of metal, and it just poof, explodes on you.
Orky would be
Correct.
proud.
Yeah, I just twirl through the sandstone as it turns into dust.
Alright, well, that was a pretty successful turn, I'll say. Eirina, it's still your go right now.
And I just shout back to him, for someone with many faces, you need to face yourself.
What does that even mean?
You're a shitty person.
Work it out in your next life.
Right. Elias, do I need to grab you?
But if you could hold it until I'm done what I'm about to do.
Okay, I will make my way over to Elias and I will hold my action to Dimension Doris out.
Be on the
Yeah.
opposite side of me so you don't get attacked by this guy charging us. Like, be here.
What
What
behind
about
you,
these-
you mean?
Yeah, I want to be
And
the
left
one.
with it?
Yeah, the methods are fine, but this guy coming at us here looks terrifying.
Where am I bouncing us to?
Away.
Yeah, but we want to stay as a group. We don't want to get
Karius
separated.
Considering where we are and Karius is like 120 foot. Oh god.
I mean, I can go 400, I think
Yeah.
it is.
500.
500 even.
Karius
Are we back at
is-
our hands?
Karius is just like, well, I can only go 120 foot, so 120 foot that way, I guess. That should get us out the arena at least, then we can run.
I mean, meeting back at Haran's is the obvious thing because we were with him.
Yeah, I just sort of... Yeah.
Eirina, I need 2 Constitution saves from you.
Who can't
Just
save.
because, yeah, you're holding a spell right now. That spell is Dimension Door.
You got
Okay,
this.
that's the success.
You got this.
It's only DC 10. Yeah, you're fine. You're getting pelted with little pebbles that these flying methods. They fly very extremely slowly, but they're in range to spit these rocks at you. and as they spit, you can see chunks of themselves being literally used as ammunition. So they take.
I
take
just
both the
literally got the shield.
help. Yeah.
Elias and Eirina are just back-to-back shields out.
Okay, it's Kesh'an's go. He's still
That's
stunned.
amazing.
Hermit crab.
Yeah.
Kesh'an does. Yep. Mug just
Oh,
gets
goodness.
ready. Holds his action to dash that. These down 60 foot. Closing in. This one is also closing in. Man, if this arena wasn't so big, they would have got there in time. This Minotaur has been also charging up the rear during this. He's in difficult terrain though, so he's struggling. But he's charging straight towards the group by the looks. Back to
would he be against us? He's
back
like,
to
join the
top of the
uprising.
round. Raheem's like, stay together, yes?
Yes. Group
Okay.
up near Andi.
Alright.
Keep her safe, like Dad should.
Like you should have been all these years.
Exactly.
I was a slave. Okay, I was in a different plane of existence.
Because
that-
of your greed.
My slave master is coming back for me, in fact, right now. If
Ah,
you don't move it,
don't worry. We'll be out of here soon enough.
are you sure? He looks pretty pissed.
Well, if he comes near us, he's going to get a lightning bolt to the face. That will somehow turn into sound energy and destroy him from the inside.
So you see Haran emerge from the rubble, lifting this huge amount off of him. Takes a deep breath, rears his fists up, and tries to go for another. Ooh. Okay, that one connects. Maybe I called it too soon. If you've got anything left in the tank, send it to the Great Khan. I'm gonna need one last bit of help. The Great Khan turns to Haran and brings the maul around to clock him in the face. That should be a disadvantage. Let me undo this. Just roll a d20 impact. Yeah, he definitely hits. Oh boy. And what's worse is Haran fails the save.
But he can't be knocked prone, right? They could be stunned, I don't assume.
They can be knocked prone.
Really? But they're like
Yeah.
floaty things. Normally that means they
I
can't be
know.
knocked prone. Weird.
They can, yeah. Fails by 5 or more. Rolled a 12. Oh god. So you see him about to perhaps go for this, delivering this final punch, and you see the rings suddenly dim out, and he's full floor. Haran is kind of dazed and out of it for a brief moment, during which the Grey Khan goes and moves right up to the edge of the barrier, tries to reach forward, and then kind of gets right up against the runes, as if he's impaired by something. But from there, he's reaching out his maul, trying to get to one of you, perhaps. Oh god.
You take the aggro
Okay.
if he does.
One of the Dow flies up towards you, Elias, and finally in range for a multi-attack maul attack. That's a miss. And
Yeah.
that's a miss. 2 whiffs over your head, and you're too nimble to kind of be caught.
Just,
You have fundamentals of juke in it.
I'm just
It's
dancing side to side,
Elias to go.
seeing Haran down. Can he
Mm,
speak? Can he still speak?
He's stunned, so he can speak falteringly, like. Help!
Need some help there, buddy?
Yes. Just
Well, here's a parting gift. You've been a great master. Now go ape. And I polymorph up into a giant ape, giving him an extra pool of 157 HP. And I turn to these guys in front of us and the Great Khan, and I say, well, the curtain closes, the performance over. Fuck you. And then, Eirina,
You've been a wonderful audience. Boop. We gone.
and I hold
Please
my
tell me you did like a flourishing bow.
Of course I did. I've got like the long coat and everything.
I bellowed my cloak, because I can do that as a bonus action.
Nice. All right, so
But,
you're 500 feet out of there.
Yes, and I can hold
You're
polymorph
waiting.
for up to an hour and feel when it drops.
Gotcha. Okay. They are out of there. Okay, just as the Dow converges on you, in fact. Instead, they converge on Haran.
Giant
Doesn't look good for
Aperon.
him. Yeah, giant Aperon, true. Meanwhile, this guy, he's not done. Flies straight over towards you guys. He's trying to get to Haran, so he's gonna like... Yeah, sorry. For him. What can he even do from here? That's going to be touch, isn't it? Touch spell, yeah. That's got reach. Got 10-foot reach. Okay, Karius. This genie flies right up next to you. And he says, I think you've got something that belongs to me.
Karius sort of pats his pockets, just like, are you Marzook? I have a whisk.
I'm talking about him. Bring him back to me.
Slave.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Marzook for a second. I was like, no wonder the guy is crazy.
And Karius is just like, see, I could do that, but I feel Andi has dibs, so...
You belong to me first.
Yeah, so I'm afraid prior contracts and all that, so you go toddle away. Honestly, at this point, should you not be helping your great Khan? Or are you not that loyal? Just saying.
The Great Khan is...
Oh, burn.
I am not one of his guards.
Ah, so your loyalty is worth no more than the dirt you're made of. Good to know.
Irina's not even there, but you hear it. Burn.
You start to see his hand beginning to glow, and he says, where are you from, anyway? I wonder. And he starts to swirl his fingers in the air, and you see suddenly water appears there, and then it vanishes and turns to flame. Then flame gets whisked away by air. Where shall I send you? And
honestly,
he's going to hold an action, and you can see he's casting a spell with this held action.
Okay.
Let's just go. Your turn, though, Karius. Depending on what you do here, you might just... He says, one last chance. Return what is mine. But I won't.
Karius is just like...
He had a prior contract called fatherhood.
Yep. Okay, let's see if this is going to be so stupid, but I'm going to try it anyway.
I'm not letting him out of it again.
Karius reaches into his pocket and goes, okay, and then he's going to throw dust of sneezing and choking at him.
Nice.
Okay, his held action goes off then, as well.
Which is a charisma save, right, against banishment?
He's got to hit you first.
Oh god, is it Banishing Smite?
Oh, it's far worse. Okay, so as you throw this dust, he reaches forward and tries to grip a hold of your neck. Can't do the 10-foot reach. 15, no!
Karius is just... Karius with his haste is like, nope. And then this dust just goes over him. Which would affect Karius as well, to be fair, so I will roll the comms save.
Yeah, the dust gets right in his mouth as he's gritting his teeth.
Karius holds his breath. He has practice of this.
Comms save for him.
He makes the save, but then Karius just goes, looks like time's up, so as they say in show business, exit stage left, and then he is going to use his 7th level spell slot to scatter and take the 5 of them 120 feet this way. But he's obviously he actually points left as if he's going left, but he's taking them out right.
Good misdirection. Raheem compliments you. Damn, that was not what I had planned. Okay, so Raheem is now out of the picture there, and you guys are 120 feet from there. You are off and outside of the actual stadium itself, so you're behind a wall now, separating you from everything. Doshi has, on his last turn, actually held an action, which was going to be Phantasmal Killer, on the Grey Khan himself. Though maybe I could just smack him.
Does giant ape Haran win? That is the question.
I can only once. Rough. Yeah, I'm afraid Doshi has to get in. Doshi has to get stuck in by the look. Okay, oh god. Oh my lord. Doshi does manage to get a good hit in. He's got multi-attack as well. Oh my god, did he just do it? Doshi, yeah, sacrificing himself as he rushes in and goes for 2 fist attacks as well. And he's bounced out of there. Anything you wanted to do on your turn there? You're outside the stadium now. You're in this long corridor of rock and granite. There is chaos everywhere. You're in a fleeing crowd of contestants and viewers.
I mean, I guess the only thing she would do before she is bounced out of there is flip the bird at the owner of Raheem.
Yeah, that's gonna sting for a while, knowing that he could have got you. All right.
I'm honestly really curious where he was going to send Karius. I'm just like...
He was rolling the dice. You could see he was flicking between some elemental planes. I could have just drowned you right then.
I mean, if you send Karius to the water plane, that would be an interesting place for him to go.
Or he could have been alive in a plane of fire, who knows?
I mean, I've been there too. Honestly, if he was going to send me anywhere, either the air or water plane, because he hasn't been to those yet.
Alright. Either way, Eirina, you're even further ahead of the crowd, though. As soon as you appear, you just get bustled and barged by these people rushing through.
Huh. I just realised I had advantage on the check against the thing due to the necklace of adaptation as well.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Is there anything you wanted to do, Eirina, or are you just going to start rushing through the crowd?
Well, we were supposed to meet up with the others, so I think if me and Elias find somewhere, maybe like a slightly higher spot where we can keep an eye on the crowd below us, so when the gang start running through, we can join up with them.
Okay, cool. So I guess both of
we
you...
know roughly where they'd end up, so...
Yeah. Both of you can make perception checks then. Let's just see if you do find your friends.
Perception requires charisma, right?
No.
Oh wait, if I use the spyglass, I get advantage, don't I?
Yeah, I have a spyglass as well.
We both do, so we're both just like, ah!
Yeah.
We'll be pirates
Sure.
together.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not much better.
It's
because I have
not.
low wisdom. But I did
But you-
take the spyglass from
I
Eos
rolled
and
the
didn't
exact
return it.
same thing.
Oh my lord. You're probably too zoomed in, that's the problem. You're like looking at a rock face and like, what? The spyglass is to see like miles out to a distance. You're just trying to look for a crowd. It's
Isn't
probably
Irina's backwards though.
Yeah. You
So-
have to look through my one backwards.
So Elias is looking for his proper and just looking over at Eirina like, what the hell? Does she know how to
What do you
use a
say?
spyglass?
It's a
Mike's like-
novelty item.
Like, what are those two doing? The other mugs are so confused. Now, the rest of these Dao begin surrounding the Great Khan, seeing as there's no other creature en route. Minotaur is going to charge after him. He doesn't know where he's going. Combat's basically over for you guys at this point.
Yeah.
However,
Taklo apparently stayed behind to watch the fight. I'm
Who
imagining he's found popcorn and he's just sort of hovering there in the air watching the rest of the fight.
attack.
He's still there.
Yeah, and so is Uti as well.
Yeah.
Uti and Taklo are like side by side. Okay.
I want to see who wins.
So do I, because this is about to. Shit's about to hit the fan.
We've literally got 20 minutes. Just roll what's happening in the arena to end off so we know.
Right.
Was it all in
So
vain
Dao-
or was it?
Now Russian. That's their turn. This one also rushes in. It's their turn. They spend literally like 3 turns getting to Haran. Haran is stunned. Rough. Great Khan's going. Turns around and could continue to stun lock the Great Ape. Guess he could totally do that.
Oh, there's Dashi.
Or there's Doshi, who's the only one who's actually putting up a fight. A dare. A mere hetman stands against the Great Khan. You'll be pounded into dust by the time I'm finished with you. And the hetman gladly tries to tank a hit for poor.
Great Khan hits himself.
Poor.
It bounces
apparently.
off Doshi and hits him.
My bad.
Boing.
That is a hit on him, regardless. And I guess another swing, just for good measure. Oof, yeah. Doshi is basically splattered, just like he says he is. And the maul lifts up from the ground, and there's nothing left but, like, basically sand, where he's just completely dispersed.
Well, those attacks
Or
roll at
Doshi.
disadvantage.
That's true, they should have been. My apologies. Oh, wait, the 7 plus 12. And
4 hit last time.
7 plus 12.
Yeah, it's probably a hit anyway,
Yeah.
but worth seeing. Better waste
Alright,
its
the other
turn.
one. The other one's a natural 1, actually. Yeah, the second strike does miss. So Doshi would not be a splat on the ground, but rather probably very badly injured from the first strike, and lifts up the as he lifts up the maul, and you see that splatter of sand. You see Doshi pull himself up out of the ground. Seems like he just melted into the earth slightly instead of being crushed. And you see he's very injured, but he's like, "Not today. My master will have his revenge. This is the end for your great rulership." The Great Khan just sort of looks at him like, "What are you talking about? Pathetic." And deal with them. And he just gestures to the guards as they surround
They
Doshi.
laugh if they all miss.
No. The earth elementals do stuff. Okay, going down, all the way through the turns. Basically, because you're not on the turn order, he doesn't get legendary actions, which means Haran gets back up. He's in a great ape form, which is actually detrimental to him. Um,
Yes and no, because he gets 157 HP to just
yeah, but we don't want that. We want
pound into
even
people.
want to use a spell.
I didn't know that. He was down. He was
Yeah.
stunned. I thought better that he can attack and last longer than
On
die in an instant.
on Karius'
Well-
turn, would he have found the party? Because obviously,
You can run a perception check as well.
because that could make the difference here. Karius perception. You're not great at this, but come on, dice. Be nice. No.
You
What
don't.
about Andi or Kesh'an, I guess?
Kesh'an's no longer stunned. You can
Yeah.
give it a shot.
Yeah.
That's enough, I would
Yeah.
say.
Okay, so
Yeah, he
Rush-
stops them.
rushing
The idiots
up.
are looking over there with their spy glasses. Okay, you rush up. You've all grouped up again.
And when I get near enough to Elias, I say, drop your spell,
Why?
because he needs to cast a spell to end this, and he can't.
Okay, I drop it.
And
Sensing it's about to be his turn next.
yeah, because
Yeah.
based on timing.
Okay. In that last moment, just before Haran is literally about to, he's kind of all full monkey right now, right? Because
Yeah.
of course he's inside. It's a polymorph, so it actually takes control of his mind. He's just beating his chest as he gets up to full height. Brings around both of his fists like a monkey would to sort of slam down on top of him. And as he does that, he suddenly re-emerges back into the great into Haran. Looks at his hands coming down, slamming towards him, and he slams both rings together and activates the spell, and brings down a fist full of death towards him. That
Okay.
spell is a 9th level spell that he has stored across
Word
Word
kill.
kill.
2 sets of rings. A
Yeah.
magical artifact, legendary artifact that he has acquired through his great wealth. He has
Scrolls.
acquired one of these, and he's had it hidden inside his own personal vault. As he slams them towards both of his heads on either side, the mist of that black smoke emerges from the skulls. He says, "Use one of your heads to resist this." And you hear this deafening crack, even all the way out here, even 500 feet away. It sounds so deafening that it actually shatters many gemstones atop the pillars which support and provide light here. And as the shattering sound goes off, tremors throughout the ground continue as the Great Khan's death screams echo out in the Grand Stadium. He is on 95 HP thanks to Doshi coming in like a hero. Doshi gets cut down in that moment, but he did what he needed to. Served his master to the end. And power word kill ends the Great Khan's life. You can hear it. You know it to be true. And even Taklo can see it and report this monumental moment.
Yeah, as soon as he sees the spell cast, Takla will fly off to return to the party, because he read the book, so he knows exactly what's happened.
Yep.
But does Haran die?
Haran, after that, you see the rest of the Dao are suddenly just completely bewildered by what just happened. The shattered skulls of the Great Khan fall one by one, crumbling to the ground as his form begins to disintegrate. And what happens to all genie when they die is they literally disintegrate into dust. The jewels, the bracelets, the helmet, the crown, even all of it just begins to scatter onto the floor. Clang, clang, clang. Rings roll away, and just the rest of his riches fall to the ground. The Dao know what's happened, and I'm gonna say that the fate of Iran is left up to a mystery, because they surround him. They have clearly got him surrounded. And Haran isn't fighting back at this point. He's done what he needed to set out. So they'll either capture him and jail him, or perhaps they'll execute him here right now on the spot.
And
Either way.
Based on the time that Magic Circle has up, unless they dispel it, we've got probably about 50 minutes before it drops.
Because they all walked in apart from this guy.
Yeah. Which means...
And Shakef is just watching quietly. As his name states.
He was literally watching the whole time.
Quietly.
Yeah.
Being a witness to this. He has remained neutral, but
the guy from Star Wars.
Spock.
Perhaps. But he does get up and begin to walk away once this is all over. Excuse me.
Karius sort of looks at the others of the party. Well, we did what we got to do. We've got what we need, but... And as much of a bad move this might be, if we're quick, none of those guys can get out. Our only threat is that one Dao and the Minotaur. If we get to Haran's, we could take what's in his vault to use on our journey.
But what if he's still alive? That's a bit of a cheap move, don't you think?
That's what I was saying. It's a bit of a dick move, but...
He helped us. He gave us the
I
thing.
don't think we need what's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just putting the option out there.
And it wasn't that great of a loot.
It's a good thought, but like, we need to find diamonds and we need to get Kesh'an through the maze.
Right, we need to get to the next
A head
layer.
start.
And the Great Khan is gone, so his treasury is open.
Well, from what we understand, the vault where his treasure is, the hidden fulcrum, you can probably attest to this, Raheem, only opens and closes at certain times.
Well, not quite. What you're referring to is actually when the plane of Earth what's the word? Conjunction?
Where it lines up the right
With
way.
the material plane.
Okay.
That's what's lining up.
Yeah. But my point is, we haven't got a Great Khan to contest with in terms of going into it.
Exactly, which means the protections on it, assuming they were linked to his magic, should have been severed. There might be some residual, but between us we can probably deal with that.
So now that we got the key, where's the door?
You've got to go very deep for that.
The Shakif.
Shakira.
Shakira.
Was going to speak to Kesh'an after the competition. He knows about the maze and stuff like that. They had information they could have shared with each other.
Go to Shakef's.
We could go to Shakef's. They're unlikely to suspect that.
He remained perfectly neutral. He didn't get involved at all.
The only thing I would say in that case is looks to Yuckmug. What happens to Yuckmug in that case? Because we're only borrowing him from Shakef at this moment. This is a point to potentially get you free and back to your people.
I mean, Shakef didn't seem like a bad person. I'm sure he could probably be convinced to let you go.
I mean, he wanted to... I mean, did Eirina mention to us about, like, that he was training in the Where the Frozen Flame sort of thing?
Yeah.
We could head that way, discuss it on the way, but I looked to Kesh'an. One thing we could do, and feel free to say no, but this guy seems to be wanting to follow your path in the right way. You have, and he's a scholar, you have something that he might be willing to trade.
The only issue with that is if he is after what Kesh'an is after in terms of what Ladorvu was seeking. From what I can tell, only one person can do it at a time.
True, but I wasn't thinking give him the information on where we're going in the Earth plane. Give him the information on one of the other places that he would have to go, because you have to follow the pilgrimage to get to this point.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like
okay.
going up a really tall cliff and falling down it.
Maybe.
Not that I know that.
Cat, but that's again,
never
that's
mind.
your decision, Kesh'an. They're
Right.
your scrolls. I'm just pulling the option out there as a potential, because we don't have a lot that we have to offer, and that is something that seems like it would appeal.
I would like to. Depends if we've got time. And I'm gonna say that at this point, I'm just checking your. I think Tackler would have noticed. I don't know where's Tackler right now? He's,
Taklo is heading back to the party, but probably
Okay.
staying up quite
Okay.
high out of view and keeping an eye on things.
Tackler alerts you psychically, telepathically, that both that thin Dao and the huge Minotaur are searching through the crowds. And Tackler would also mention that they are miraculously heading in your direction.
Alright, time to go.
Yeah, Raheem, did they happen to have given you any? Actually, I haven't heard his name yet. Andy's dad. Did they happen to give you anything? Like, are you wearing like a collar or bracelets or something that he might be using to track you?
Well, Raheem at your service, and well, they have dressed me, I guess. This is my normal attire. And what did you say? A collar?
Anything like that? Maybe jewelry, earrings, anything that might be able to hold a spell.
That's
We-
a
we
point
have-
bracelets immediately off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have braces, and yeah, take them off as well.
Yeah.
You mean these things? And he points down towards a set of manacles around his ankles. They are golden manacles.
Do they look removable?
They have a lock on them,
Kesh'an has
but they are
Andy's just immediately like, haha.
Right.
Oh, believe
Wait.
me, I've already tried. They seem to be magically locked, but I don't know why they put a keyhole on there, just to taunt us.
Probably a
Taunt us, I
certain
suppose.
thing. Can anyone here
I broke
dispel
the last
magic?
3. He says, I broke the last 3 of them, which were mundane. Then they put these ones on me, and I've been stuck with them ever since.
Can anyone dispel magic?
No.
No. I can remove curse.
That actually might be what we need. Try removing a curse. It might be something binding them to him. And then I have an idea.
Teleport him out of them.
Okay. I don't know if it works like that, but I'll give it a shot.
Sure. You begin to cast Remove Curse on them. Doesn't appear to be anything curse-related on the manacles, unfortunately.
Damn.
Shackles.
Karius sort of thinks for a moment.
Don't think about it. I'm not losing my feet.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
I mean, we
You need to
could.
figure out how to walk on your ankles.
You know, there's a way to grow those back.
Yeah, I can do that for you. I can bring your feet back.
What?
And
You can be friends with Andy.
you can ride on the horse
You're not
temporarily.
cutting his feet off. You're not cutting his feet off.
Please.
I don't.
Well, how is he supposed to run?
I mean, Elias restored Lavellin's skin. I mean,
I can bring your feet back. Or we could just break your ankles.
Kesh'an, just
so you
give
can slip your feet through.
give one quick go to try to pick them. It might be that it might just require a bit more than what Raheem
Cutting
was
his feet.
capable of. I don't know.
We're cutting his
trust
feet.
me. Andy learned everything from me, and if she can't do it, then if I can't
she's
do it,
learned a lot since you've been gone. She didn't learn it all from you.
Don't doubt your abilities, but I'm telling you, these are magically locked. Magic.
Magic.
Hmm.
Put in his feet.
That would be.
Imagine him saying that with like the finger wiggle as well.
Yes.
I have that spell slot as well.
It's not right. In which case, we're just gonna have to flee. But it does
Mhm.
mean we're gonna potentially be trapped by them. But
That is something I'm good at. Let's go. And he starts running.
And if you hold the severed part to the stump, it goes. It's instant. It comes back.
He's just looking at her dad, just like, seriously? Did you just admit that?
and
Run!
it just
We
like,
haven't got time to
running
admit.
away from his responsibilities, maybe, and then just
Well, he's done
follows
that
up.
already.
Let's go. You've been to the other level, so you can lead the way.
We're being
Oh.
chased, aren't we?
Yes, and from
Is it-
now on, I'm going to begin a clock, which is going to represent this chase, effectively. It's not like we're in a chase continuously, but effectively, as the segments fill, they're going to be gaining on you. And if you're able to create distance or slow them down somehow, you'll remove segments from that clock.
It's like the
If the
pursuit
clock fills-
counter in the Underdark.
Exactly like that. It's a pursuit counter, yeah. If it fills all the way, that means they've caught up to you, and an encounter, like a conflict, will take place. But effectively, you are on the run now because you've got Raheem with you, which I didn't expect. I thought, oh, I'll just hover over and plane shift him out. But this is how it's how it's gone down. So we're going to have a pursuit type adventure through the rest of this, through the maze. Anything you do that, if you want to go to somewhere like Shakef and you do get that information, that's a possibility. But all the time you spend diverting or not going deeper into the maze will mean they will gain on you. But likewise, if you push yourself too hard, you may create a lot of distance from them, but you might end up running out of resources or getting into even worse situations. Either way, I'm going to leave it up to you to gauge. But going forward, we are now starting this clock.
This can all be avoided if we just cut off his feet, and then I can reattach it in an instant.
Good lord.
The other way we could potentially
Like,
deal with it,
Seconds, it will
there
be
are-
back.
there are a bunch of spell scrolls in Haranj, right?
There was. You saw a couple of them were Nistal's magic aura.
Dispel any? Any dispel scrolls?
There wasn't really any of that, no, but you
What
saw
about-
identification spells. You saw stuff like Nistal's magic aura. They weren't like his collection of scrolls. He clearly commissioned a particular set of them so that he could basically disguise these rings as mundane pieces of jewelry. He hasn't got like a vast library of them. He just commissioned those and then got them.
Of anything. That's literally the only thing I can think of to get out of this. Is
I'm
It's
really
just-
amazed that not a single one of us has to spell magic between our entire party.
Alan did.
I know, Llewellyn did. It would have been very useful to have him. And you're right, it is amazing. I think we're also going to wrap it up because it's hit 10. I don't know,
Right.
people got to go to bed. But this has been a fun session.
We don't have, we don't even have to cut off his feet. You just need to break them or crush them, and then you can slip it through the manacle.
Let's consider ways of dealing with this as we go. It's possible his feet might get naturally crushed by the next layer of the maze. Who knows? But for now, join us Sunday for the next episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight with the Carnival cards. Join us Monday for What Lies Beneath, where we really see what happens next in the Underdark. Because... and then join us again next Friday for the next part of this.
Mm-hmm.
But for now,
Fun.
good night, sleep tight, and I hope you enjoyed the Great Khan fight. Bye for now.
See ya.
he kind of